Today's episode is brought to you by La Bandera BTX, birria de res estilo Tijuana in Brownsville, Texas. Bring your favorite adult beverages to add to their delicious agua frescas, michelada mix, and other mocktails while enjoying the best quesabirria dishes in the Rio Grande Valley. Restaurant located on South Padre Island Highway and a food truck on West Elizabeth Street. Follow their social media at La Bandera BTX.
Welcome back to Paranormal 956. My name is David, and as always, I am here with Bianca.
Hi, guys.
I was going to ask you what we're talking about today.
What do you mean?
But you don't know yet. I haven't
know.
told you what we're talking about.
You never do, actually.
Yeah, not usually. I'll give her hints sometimes.
Yeah.
We are going to be talking about, and I think you're going to like this.
What? Dragons again?
Luigi.
Oh my god! From Mario Bros!
Mangione, is that how you say it?
Oh, no, I don't know. Oh, the one that killed the CEO?
Yes, the United Healthcare. Allegedly. We are going to talk about the murder of the United Healthcare CEO.
I don't know the name of the guy, to be honest.
I don't know his name either.
We just know he's the CEO.
I might bring it up.
He was a CEO.
He was a CEO. And so for those of you who live under a rock, right? Because it's been all over the news.
Yeah.
A person.
All I've seen is the thirst traps they have about him.
Right.
And the Britney Spears, I'm in love with the criminal or whatever.
Yeah.
the fuck
So we're going to get into all of that.
Okay.
I think, and the reason I wanted to bring this up, because this is a story that
all
is
I know
not
from
done.
this shit is that Burger King is not a snitch.
We're going to go into all of that. This is a brand new story.
Yeah.
And I was a little bit hesitant about doing this so far.
Man, we're going to get canceled, I swear, one day.
But the reason I'm doing this so quickly is because I think it's relative to our revolution story.
Oh, that's true. The episode we just did. Yeah.
I think this is shots fired in the new war.
You're right. You're right.
Right? And so I'm going to explain all of this.
David called it.
I'm going to explain all of this.
Okay.
So
now you got me stressing.
So to go back, for those of you who don't know, a person, we have a suspect. The Luigi Mangione is the suspect. He has not been found guilty.
Allegedly.
He's allegedly the person, but somebody went to New York City, where United Healthcare kind of had like a big to-do, I guess, and somebody murdered the CEO on the sidewalk and just shot him.
That's it?
Like executed him.
Yeah.
Really. And this person, whoever it was, if it was Mangione, we don't know that for sure, but it looks like it, put words on the bullets.
Okay.
And I'm trying to remember. There was like a resist, deny, like something like that. They were.
Oh, I think I saved it on TikTok. It was deny. Where is it? Give me a second, guys, because I got the thirst traps too.
Yeah. So this person was murdered, right? And
someone already got it tattooed, though. Hope we don't get canceled.
Yeah, that's gonna definitely be copyright.
So Rihanna, you're welcome.
So, apparently, I don't know how to really, because like I said, he has not been found guilty of this.
Yeah, we don't know 100%.
But allegedly, he has a manifesto. And
is it the YouTube thingy that he was going to upload a video and all that?
So we're going to get into that too. The manifesto was a letter that was written, and in the letter, and he kind of explains why he did what he did. And to take a step back, the murder of this CEO has not been received the way that you would think.
What do you mean?
So usually when somebody is murdered on the street,
right,
in cold blood like this, people are upset at the murderer.
Right. But this time we're not.
That's not the case here. And so a lot of people are acting as if this CEO was like a serial killer or a terrorist or, you know, somebody.
Deny, defend, depose.
Right.
My bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Defy.
Deny, defend, depose.
Right. And so, like I said, people are cheering the death of this CEO. Now, just as a general rule, I do not cheer people dying. So, like,
none of us do.
Well, when Osama bin Laden was killed, people cheered.
Yeah.
I was not one of those people. Yeah. Like I, you know, wasn't a fan of his, obviously, but I don't cheer, right? When people die, I don't cheer. And so this has been met with a lot of cheers from the public. And so, like I said with the episode last time, I think the really rich people are in danger.
Right.
Because this is there's a little bit of a disconnect I see. Mm-hmm. We have people here in the United States. We're in the United States. We have people that build spaceships.
Oh, yeah.
And just go to space for fun. For like 90 minutes, spending millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Right? And they just do it for fun. Just for fun.
Yeah.
Right? They don't do any science experiments. They don't do any.
They just go and come back. Yeah.
Just go and come back. And then we have a lot of people that are really, really struggling.
Right.
Right? And so that group of people right now are kind of celebrating the death of this CEO.
Yeah.
My big thing about this murder that I guess rubs me kind of the wrong way, I guess, with all of it. I mean, murders are bad to me anyway, right? But, they already have a new CEO.
Yeah.
So this did zero.
But how come we're not blaming the new CEO? Maybe he did the hit. Maybe he took the hit so he can become a new CEO.
There's a lot of questions.
It's a lot of questions, man. I don't know why they're going after homeboy Luigi.
Yeah. So in the manifesto, right? A manifesto he wrote why he did what he did. Allegedly, right? And we're going to get into a little bit of that too.
You already got the letter? Damn.
So I've read the letter. I've read the letter, and I'm not going to read it to you because it's like really long. Like it's 3 pages long.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to listen anyways.
But so this is what happened.
Yeah. Is
his mom had some kind of like a neurological problem where like she felt like her feet were on fire.
Okay.
And some doctors said it was a nerve damage. Some said other things, right? And so there was a bunch of tests that they were running on her.
Right.
And so the people may not understand this. As a person who has recently spent a lot of time in the hospital, I kind of understand this a little better. In fact,
after 3 hours,
in fact, this is my insurance company.
So too, right? Okay.
So I know a lot about this.
Right.
Right. And
you have talked to your insurance several times. I have
been on the phone for a long time with my insurance. And so I understand how the insurance works in a way that a lot of people don't. And so what happens?
You know what? He's not my type, though.
That's true. That's true.
Each their own, but he's not my type.
Yeah.
Anyways,
as a spectator of Bianca's life, I can agree with that.
And I don't have a type. Let's just say that. I really don't.
You kind of do.
Damn it.
A little bit you do.
Okay, anyways.
All right. So this is what I was going to say. So in his manifesto where he's allegedly talking about why he did what he did, his mom had this disease. And so when you have insurance, the way that it works is they want you to pay first, right? So like, let's say that you're pregnant and they're like, okay, so you got to pay for the first ultrasound and then you got to pay for the next doctor's visit.
Copay. Yeah.
And eventually we're going to get, and once you get to a certain number, we're going to pay from then on. Right. And so in his mom's situation, she was in excruciating pain. He mentions the pain that she was going through in his manifesto. And she had met what they call the deductible, right? She had paid for 3 tests and reached the part to where now the insurance is going to pay.
Yeah.
And the doctor went on vacation. And when he came back, and her next appointments were the next year, so she had to start paying again.
Damn.
Then
So it's like, well, yeah, it looks like a scam.
Yes. Yes.
Honestly,
and those of us who have been involved with the insurance companies, they often feel like a scam.
Yeah.
And so some of it is mischievous, I think, right? Like, I think that obviously these companies are trying to make money, so they're going to try to get every penny that they can. And so some of this...
I mean, even on medications, though, like, you can get some over the counter and they'll just throw it, like, through the pharmacy. They're they'll charge it like, oh, it's going to be $40. Like, do you have another alternative? They're like, yeah, it's an over the counter. It's going to be on aisle 3 or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
that's
what
happened.
The fuck?
That's happened to me with pain medicine.
Yeah.
You'll go and they'll be like, yeah, this is $80. And you're like, well, what is it? And they're like, yeah, it's Advil, but it's 800 milligrams.
Yeah.
Like, could I just take
2?
Yeah. Could I just take more? They're like, yeah, you could do that. And I got Advil at home.
Yeah.
Right. And so,
yeah. So that's how it works.
You're right. You're right. And so he felt screwed over by that. And then there was more where they kept changing the rules on him. So he would have to have it like, he would have to have the papers like typed out from the doctor, and then they'd have to be signed, and then they needed to be faxed. And now we need it this way. And they were never getting the things. And so he was getting frustrated. And this was going on for like 10 years, I think, is what he said. And then he had a severe back injury, and now he was dealing with insurance.
So now you're talking about his mom and him.
And now him.
Damn.
Yeah. And so he talks about this like a revolution.
Right.
In his letter, he mentions kind of what we talk about, and he says... So
you're saying this is the new letter of the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah, he's acting like that, right? And so he talks about like Martin Luther King and Nelson Mandela and all these people that they wanted to do things peacefully, but look at where it got us, right?
Damn.
And so he's talking about, it's a little bit weird because he says that the Second Amendment, which in the United States gives us the right to guns, right? The right to bear arms, as they say. Right. He says that means that he is a general in his own army and is, according to him, justified by the Constitution to defend himself.
Right.
And so that's the way he's looked in the letter. He
does look delusional, I'm not going to lie.
So get this. I don't know how much you know about this. He graduated valedictorian in his high school.
God damn it.
And then he went to an Ivy League school, which is like some of the best schools. He has a master's degree in computer engineering. And so he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
Right. And so his manifesto is a little bit weird for me.
So why the fuck would he be in McDonald's?
Okay. So we're going to get to that part.
Okay. Anyways.
So he kills the guy, or allegedly, right? He kills the person. And then originally he shows up in New York City. He's there for 10 days.
Okay.
Which is a little weird to me. Murders the person, and then he's out.
Right.
And they catch him.
That's usually what happens, but okay.
They catch him in Philadelphia.
Okay.
Right. This is a little bit, I don't know if you've heard this part. They say they caught him with Monopoly money in his bag.
Yeah.
In Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Which is like one of the Monopoly places. Right. Pennsylvania Railroad. Right.
Yes.
And so a lot of stuff is really weird. So
now he's going to jail?
Yeah. So one of the things, because...
Wait, who's going to bail him out, though?
Nobody's
going to roll the dice?
Nope.
Wait, if this is a game?
So
and he's talking about his army?
So people are saying that there's somebody else's turn coming up.
Yes.
Right, which is what it sounds like. But get this. Did you see when the murder happened, they released the pictures?
I wasn't there.
Yeah, allegedly we were not there, right? But you saw
we got some pictures.
Did you see the pictures?
No.
You couldn't tell You couldn't see much.
Oh, like when he's in the jacket with the hoodie?
Yeah,
okay,
and there's a mask and all this stuff. You couldn't really see who it was. Yeah, you can't tell. And then for some reason, this lady
from McDonald's, apparently.
in another state recognized him and called the police, right?
So that's a weird part, man.
But this is what people are speculating. That to help the lady out, that he told the lady to turn himself in so she gets the reward.
But her dumbass called 911. She didn't even call the fucking tip line. She didn't get the money.
No. Maybe not everybody's as smart as him, right? But that's part of it, is they're thinking there's no way that I could have, just me, picked out anybody from the pictures that they released at the beginning. No. So how did this lady do it? The speculation is
it had to be a plan. I mean,
he told her to do it.
Yeah.
And so that makes more sense than the other stuff, that she just recognized him and called the police.
Because if he was running away, he could have just gone through the drive-thru, left.
Well, also, New York's not far from Canada. He could have escaped.
Yeah.
And then got on a plane to wherever he wanted to go.
True.
Right. And so another thing is they have said that they caught him with like $8,000, his passport, and a bunch of stuff. His lawyer said he didn't have any money and that money was planted on him. Sure. So things are already starting to look a little, like a little weird.
Government manipulated.
Yeah. So there's a lot of conspiracies going around already.
Yeah.
And so this is a very strange case to begin with. So then now, yeah. So now he's become a bit of a folk hero, right? And so there's women that are like really like, I don't know if you want to say falling in love, but like crushing on this guy.
Right.
Right. And so there's on TikTok currently, there's these like music's playing and like these very flattering pictures of him, including his like mug shots.
Yeah.
Right. Of women like, oh my God, this guy's so dreamy. And so he's becoming in certain circles like this hero.
This, I mean,
like a celebrity.
He's not even making, if he got a TikTok in jail, he's blowing up, man.
Okay, so now we're talking about social media. What people have found,
that's true.
They think, or it says it's his page, opened in January, has a video that said that the truth, if you're seeing this video, and it's like a countdown. If you're,
that's true.
If you're seeing YouTube one? Yes, if you're seeing this video of I've already been arrested, the truth's going to come out, and the date is today. Well, the page was taken down.
Huh?
The video's taken down.
Like, no fucking way.
Nothing came out. And so people are wondering, oh, this is another part that's really weird to me. Since he's been arrested, the profile picture changed. So it sounds like he either has an accomplice, or it's not him, because they're not letting him do YouTube videos in the jail. You know what I mean? And so either way, that page and that video are now taken down. And so there's a lot of weird stuff going on.
You think the government took over his page?
I think there's a good chance that the FBI or wherever called YouTube and like, hey, I don't know what's coming out, but people are too happy about this guy killing.
Yeah.
Because it's a scary time.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, people.
Imagine how much money YouTube would make in that video itself.
Well, just a fucking timer was like getting millions of views, and there was nothing on it. You know what I mean? Like it was just a clock timing, and it had like, I think it had like 4 million views at one point, and it's like, there's nothing on it. Why are we watching this? You know what I mean? And so, I think the government, and either way, if it was him that published it, or if it's fake. The government's like, there's nothing good going to come out of a video coming out of this page.
Yeah.
Nothing good's happening. Right? Like if it came out and it was like Elmo going, hey, just kidding. People are going to lose their minds, right? But if it's real, it's even worse. Like, I think we need to kill all the billionaires. Like, everybody be like, I'm ready. Right?
Shit. Yep.
This is something that, because, I've been involved in politics for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I consider myself a moderate. Like, I'm in the middle. I'm not too crazy right. I'm not too crazy left. But I kind of like ideas from both. You know what I mean?
Depending on the idea. Yeah.
So, like, like conservatives typically, we want lower taxes. I think that's great.
Yeah.
Right? And liberals are like, we think everybody should be able to do what they want. I think that's great too.
Right.
Right? And so, I like both. But,
Yeah.
long story short, I'm not a crazy liberal, but I have friends on both sides that are crazy on both sides.
Right.
Crazy Republican friends, crazy liberal friends.
That's not me, guys.
But this is the thing that I want people to understand is I'm kind of like a mole here, right?
Right. Damn, you're
liberals,
your friend that's like that.
Liberals have been saying for decades, we need to eat the rich. They say that amongst themselves all of the time.
You know what? They manifested it.
It's happening.
Into it. And good thing I'm not rich.
Yeah. They're the bad guys. So this is the thing. What people don't, because on our last episode, I talked a lot about history, right?
Yes.
If you don't understand history, you're in trouble. The United States got The United States got our independence from Great Britain because the French helped us.
Mm-hmm.
So think about this. At the time, Britain was one of the most powerful militaries in the world, right?
Right.
And the people here on America, right, what later became Americans, were like us, just regular people trying to survive in this wilderness over here.
Got it.
The way that these people beat the most powerful military in the world is because the French sent their ships, their navy, to help us.
Right.
So certain people that were over here, Americans, were friends with people, the king at the time. At the time, the French king and queen, right, Marie Antoinette and Louis XIV, were teenagers.
Okay.
But they were like taxing everybody like crazy.
Damn. They were getting their money up.
And so let me show you this. So I've actually been to their house, right?
Whose?
It's called Versailles, right? So check this out. Let's see. So I've actually been here. This is ridiculous. I'm going to show you a picture of me in front of this humongous house. Let's see. I don't even know how to spell it. Versailles. I'm sure I'm misspelling it.
Can you just go on Google?
Well, I want to show you my picture.
Oh. You didn't go.
I didn't spell. I didn't spell it right. Okay, so let's do France.
No.
Post.
I doubt it.
Buy me. Let's do this.
So you didn't go, right?
I did go. I'm gonna post this on our Facebook.
Oh,
this is my point.
Right.
This place is gaudy. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, there's
like
so much.
What?
There's gold everywhere.
What?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's HEB, I'm pretty sure.
There's gold everywhere. Like, it's
right.
ridiculous. And so they had all this money, these people, right?
Okay.
The king and the queen at the time, right? And so at the time, they're teenagers, right? They're teenagers. And so everybody's like, oh, they're so poor. Like, there's nothing to eat. They're like people eating cake, right? And so the queen's famous line was, let them eat cake. Like, what's so wrong? Let them eat cake. People are starving everywhere.
Okay.
Right? And so they are just kind of oblivious to how poor everybody is, right? And so eventually, Napoleon, right? You've heard of him?
Okay, yeah.
Eventually, he's like, you know what? We're all poor and we're all suffering, and these people are just living it up. Like, they don't do shit. they're just kings and queens, blah, blah, blah. And they're not doing anything. We need to kill them. And so they ended up chopping their heads off, the king and the queen.
Right.
And Napoleon became the king, but he wasn't a king. He was like a president, right? But anyway, we're kind of at that situation here in the United States. So the reason that I brought up...
So you're saying Luigi's the new Napoleonian thingy?
So he's like one of these people, right? One of the poor people that has decided to like, I'm going to fight back. You know what I mean? And so he's obviously not Napoleon, but this is going to start happening.
Napoleon.
And so the point of my story is that because they were little kids and they didn't care, right? They were literally like 14, 16 years old, king and queen, spending all this money. The United States was like, hey, can we have your ships? And they're like, yeah, take your ships. And that's how we won the war. Oh, well. Because they were just dumb kids and they were drunk all the time and, you know, blah, blah, blah.
Eating cake.
And so they were just really, really
yeah.
like disconnected from everything, right? And so that's where we are right now is you have these billionaires now, right? Like literally billionaires. And they just don't understand how hard it is being poor here in the United States. You know what I mean? And one of the things that people, if you've never been poor, don't understand is how expensive being poor is.
Yeah.
Like you pay for things that rich people don't pay for, right? Late fees and overdrafts and all this stuff. It just adds up everywhere. It's like paper cutting you to death.
Yep.
And people don't get that, especially when you're a billionaire and you have enough money that you can just fly to the moon for fun. You know what I mean? Because that's where we're at. So...
yeah, I don't think you went.
So we went. This is it. All right. So this is the house. That's gold. That's real gold. Real gold. And it's...
what year was this again?
That I went? Or when they did this?
When they did this.
It was the 1700s.
Damn.
And look.
Damn.
That's a gold fence. Right? And then this was their living room.
That's crazy though.
Yeah, so I'm going to post all of these on our Facebook so you can see what I'm talking about, because this is the equivalent of people going to space for fun. You know, like this is ridiculous. These are like Rembrandts and look at all this stuff. So this room right here is called the Hall of Mirrors.
Okay.
At the time,
there was no mirrors.
At the time, what? Mirrors were one of the most luxurious things you could have. There was a brand new invention.
Oh, okay. Got it.
So only a king would have a mirror. They
but not even big ones. Yeah.
Hallway of them.
That's crazy.
Because they were just filthy rich. You know what I mean?
Like I want a whole wall of mirrors.
Yeah. And so it's called the Hall of Mirrors.
Yeah.
And so it's just ridiculous. And so, like I said, I'm going to post those videos. But we're at that point. And the only reason the United States got their independence
it's because of the dumb kids.
Is because the kids were like, the United States, like, hey, we want some ships so we can defend our country. Can you send us a Navy? Yeah. Who cares? Yeah, send you. And so they were spending money left and right. Right. And every time they would run out of money, they would just tax people more.
Yeah.
Just tax them more. Right.
Who cares?
Yeah. Who cares? They wanted to live their life. Right. Yeah. And so like we need I didn't even show you the backyard of this place. It's ridiculous. The whole place is ridiculous. I spent a week in Paris.
They got a backyard.
I spent a whole day.
Did you go into the rooms?
Yes. I went through the whole thing. It's gigantic and it is ridiculous. Did I go to her? Yeah. Palace of Versailles. So this is part of the backyard. That's in the backyard. Yeah. That's in the backyard. That's the backyard.
Damn.
So that's the back of the building that I showed you earlier. This is their fountain.
And it was just the 2 fucking kids?
Yeah, 2 kids. And it's still going. It's still going. Like I didn't even go through the whole thing. They planted these like in a perfect row. And they have statues everywhere. There's my wife. Pay no attention. But that's me. This is before we even went in, right? This is just their porch.
This is before the crazy part begins.
And so it was just ridiculous. But we're at this point.
Wait, so is the whole thing like that building to the side or just where it's like gold?
No. This is it goes all the way around like that.
Oh, okay.
Like this is
the whole perimeter, the whole
whole
block.
It's gigantic. Like it's almost a whole town.
Damn, they got a whole fucking 14th Street.
Yeah. This whole area is bigger than downtown Brownsville. Bigger.
You're lying.
Like you can see this. This is me inside the fence.
Yes.
And so this is their house. Like they didn't have to come out.
Damn, imagine walking.
Yeah, it's gigantic.
Or imagine looking for someone like, hey, have you seen my brother? Like, yeah, he was in the other room over there.
Like they had their own church inside.
For 2 kids?
Yeah.
That's crazy though.
Their own, this hallway of all these statues. Like it's ridiculous. These are the famous paintings that they had just everywhere. This is just a room. This is their dining room.
Okay, so why the fuck do they have too many paintings?
Because it was a Renaissance. So being rich meant you had nice paintings. So they had the most paintings.
Those are nice.
Well, for the time. So understand this too, right? This is part of why we have museums. So when they killed these people, they were kind of like hoarding the art. Like
pictures of them?
I can look them up.
Paintings of them? I know pictures now. They don't have pictures, right? But still.
Yeah, they didn't have photos, but this is them. This was them.
Those were the kids?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, they look old as fuck.
Yeah, and so also understand that 14 back then probably meant around 30 for us today. Because they only lived to be like, back then, people lived to be 40 at the most.
What the fuck? That's crazy.
So,
that's true. They had the whole...
So like 14 is like middle age. Like there's a desk. There's another. That's from the balcony.
Oh, so it had several floors?
Several floors.
Fuck that.
This is all marble. The walls are all just marble stone.
Imagine how much did they get paid for the... Imagine working there cleaning for them. Fuck that.
Well, and this is the thing too, is that if they got mad at you, they just killed you.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, like if you went to like mop the floor and you left a little bit of water and they slipped, you're dead. So I mean,
same, but come on.
So like, look, there's the bed.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So this is just how they lived. But this is like when you go to, I don't know if you remember the TV show MTV Cribs. People live like this extravagance. Like, what's the point of all of this? You know what I mean?
All the fucking chandeliers. What the fuck? They couldn't just put one. No, they had to put the whole fucking hall full of it.
And so this room right here comes out in like a lot of music videos because this is a hall of mirrors. This is like in a lot of music videos because it's an extravagant room. And so people dance. They have ballroom dances in here. Like, it's ridiculous.
What the hell?
Yeah, those are the mirrors from the 1700s, and they're still there.
Not that good, but anyways.
Yeah, mom. Sacrilegious. So yeah, so this is what pissed everybody off at the time, and so the reason we have museums.
They have AC?
I don't think they had AC way back then, but my point is that. When they killed the king and the queen, they had all this art everywhere. And so they were like, you know what? Let's invite the public into this place so they can enjoy the art.
Right.
And it was how we got art museums. So the Louvre, which is one of the famous art museums in Paris also, got started the same way. Because it was like, well, they have all the art, let's kill them, and then we'll go enjoy their art in their house.
Wow.
It's an art museum now. So the Louvre was just like this. It was another house.
Okay. So back to Linguini.
Yeah.
He's not doing it for the art. We know that, right?
Right. Well, and this is the thing, right?
Do we understand that?
He's starting to kind of tap into this feeling that people feel that the insurance agencies are scamming us, right? And they're getting us, they're denying us. It's inconsistent, right? So you're kind of just at the whims of these people. And so one of the things that I know, because I've worked in call centers, is that you're getting just some random person who probably just got the job to make ends meet for now. And who knows if they're doing their job right, etc. Yep. That's something that I'm dealing with right now. My insurance agents called me and they're like, because our accident was back in July. We're in December. And she goes, nobody's even been working on this. And I just got the case. And so I need all this information from you. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is like, I don't have any of this stuff.
Yeah.
And then also I don't remember,
Yeah.
So I'm having issues with that too.
But that's the thing. It's crazy though how insurances work. If you don't make the claim, they don't actually do anything.
Right.
Even if you're at the hospital, they put in your social. They got your fucking insurance card.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how the fuck you didn't know that I was in the hospital?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's weird. It's like, this is the guy who killed them. Napoleon Bonaparte. They put a painting of him in there.
That's nice.
But look at this. This is all carved.
That's crazy, though.
Yeah. I can't even imagine living in a place like this.
And let's keep in mind, that's back in the fucking 1700s.
Yeah.
That's
long time
crazy, though. Isn't that like your year? Anyways.
Yeah, so this is a developing story. So we may have to come back to this story, but I felt like this was a little bit too new, too important, and related to what we've already been talking about.
Yeah.
This feels like shots fired in this revolution that's about to happen for all of us.
So when are we going to actually see the art then?
Yeah, we don't know. We're about to find out all of these things. Yeah. The history is unraveling as we speak. So that's it for today. Like I said, this is a developing story. We may have to revisit this.
We haven't heard from Gypsy, though. What the fuck? Have you heard from Gypsy?
She has not called.
No, like at TikTok at all. Like she was doing lives and stuff like that, and all of a sudden she just stopped.
The last I saw, she was starting to get a little bit of hate for things. Like people were not as enthusiastic about
supportive anymore.
Yeah, so that might be why. She got real public with her relationship, and then that didn't end well, and people kind of felt like they could talk, I guess.
I guess.
I'm going to publish these pictures on our Facebook so you can see the gaudiness of Versailles, to kind of see the parallels of what people who have billions of dollars, literally have islands, right? How they're living compared to us, and why the public is getting so upset about these things, right? Because even Epstein, right, had his own island with his own airport and his own everything. And so, I mean, that's something we haven't done an episode on yet, but we maybe we will. Anyway, that's it for now. Follow us on all of our socials, and we will catch you all next week.
Bye, guys.